important is physical attraction to a man? That's what we're going to discuss today in this video, guys. And of course, we are going to be talking about Married at First Sight couple Chris and Paige. You know that Chris has highlighted that physical attraction is so important to him. But we see that on the show, the experts or the producers or whoever casted these two to get together have obviously missed the mark somewhere when it came to attraction. If we are looking at what science says, we know that men absolutely place higher value on physical attractiveness in a woman. How important is it? Very important. Now, men, comment below if you are someone who's like, physical attraction is extremely important. It's almost like your number one. There is no even other option around it. Now, why? Because in many ways, it's linked often with age and it's linked often with fertility. So if you are youthful in age, you appear more fertile, that is more attractive to a man. Okay, this is just the science side of it. Now, of course, the other aspect is men want to feel like there's that feminine beauty in you, okay? And that when we're talking about this, we're talking about it from a visual, facial perspective. Now, this is why there is so much research out there that talks about symmetry, so facial symmetry, particular features being a certain size or where they sit. All these things add to making someone more attractive or sometimes less attractive. Now, if we know we're working with someone like Chris, who is superficial, heavily focused on looks, image, his own, and obviously wanting someone to sit on his arm to make him look better, which is where he brought up this topic of a trophy wife. And a trophy wife, just in case someone isn't sure, is just someone who obviously is highly attractive, and it actually is something that means that the guy who has this person as his wife is actually going to gain in status. People will actually think, you know what, he's got a great looking wife, and his value and his status in society goes up a notch. Now, this is important to Chris. So I found this article which someone wrote, and it was talking about the trophy wife. And this is exactly what they said. They said, look, a trophy wife is a status boost, okay? It absolutely is there to increase the status of the male, okay? And what they were talking about is often that a unattractive man is particularly focused on making sure he acquires a trophy wife. And I was laughing, thinking, oh, that's an interesting perspective. And then they went on to say that a trophy wife particularly is a high focus of someone who deems themselves less attractive. They can sometimes present more insecure. They can have low self-esteem. They even may be narcissistic. And they tend to be men who build their self-esteem around external validation. Now, I read that and I thought, who might that remind you of? I'll leave it there. So, next thing that I also looked into, guys, was I was really looking at the science, because the experts keep talking about the science behind the pairing and behind the matchmaking, and I am not a matchmaker. So, I'm not here as an expert, but I am curious as to the science. So I went and I was looking at physical attraction, and they said, yes, for men, physical attraction is important and physical appearance is extremely important. And they said, actually, if we are talking about facial, okay, just facial, we're not talking about body, just facial attraction, this is extremely important, okay, in building connection between two people. So it's not something that should be easily missed. Now, why did the experts or whoever put these two, Paige and Chris, together, think that Chris, just on a facial level, would be attracted to Paige? Because I think the rest of us were watching from the time we met Chris and we saw that he was going to be paired with Paige, we did not feel like that was going to be a good fit. So why did we get that energy and that idea and the experts didn't? Now, this article talks about men rate physical appearance much higher than women do. And they said these particular traits of physical appearance are extremely important to men. This can be smooth skin, clear skin, a smooth, equal distribution of skin color. So pretty much like a monotone. If your complexion is pretty much one tone and there's not loads of disparities, that can also be of great appeal. They describe there being full lips, large eyes, a thinner jaw, small chin. They speak about high cheekbones. They speak about there even being some science between the distance between your mouth and jaw. They speak about facial symmetry, clear eyes. They speak about hair quality, men preferring natural hair sometimes. They speak about good muscle tone, symmetrical faces and bodies. So there's a lot of elements that go into physical attraction, which is what the experts already understand. So it made me just consider, why then, with a guy like Chris, who would have wrote on his application or given some information about the type of woman he liked, was Paige selected? Because this girl is beautiful, but let's be real, Chris is so superficial. Chris is the type of guy who I don't believe walking down the road would have ever been attracted other than the shape, aside from all the other great qualities that she has. And the science says the face is important. Why was this missed? Because I don't believe Chris on his application would have not highlighted how important looks and her being pretty in the face to his standard is. And I don't believe he would not have said what type of woman he deems pretty in the face. So why did they do this? And this is not even about Paige or Chris, really. This is just about, why has this been missed by this show? Has it just been done to create this chaos on the internet and ratings? Or did the experts really just believe that the shape of her body, and that just makes me feel like she was just being objectified? And her friends spoke about this, that people often just have focused on her shape and not really got to know her heart. And I'm just like, why would they pair her with this kind of guy who is so superficial and so heavily focused on looks? Why put her through the experience of this? The science does talk about standards of beauty, and we know that Chris is superficial. So we know he is definitely a kind of guy who is going to kind of have the mindset of the set standard of what beautiful is. If you've not checked out my first video, definitely go and check it out. I've gone into detail about the red flags and everything else. And I've had so many comments on the previous video that I did to this, and people are raising questions around colorism. People are raising questions around, is this guy someone who wouldn't have liked a darker skinned lady? And again, we don't actually know, but I'm telling you now that we saw his reaction, and Paige is not the type of girl he would have gone for. And I cannot believe the experts did not know that. Those are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Was this just accidentally missed? I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe and the bell so you never miss another video each and every time I upload. Take care and God bless. Bye.